We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep into Tesla today. Thanks to one of our listeners who sent over a whole stack of articles about Tesla's stock performance. And, let's be honest, it has been a bit of a roller coaster ride, hasn't it?
It really has.
Especially from mid-December when it hit those all-time highs to today, March 12th, 2025.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at a drop of over 50%. So
yeah.
We really want to understand what is going on here, you know?
Yeah.
So let's kind of break this down and try to figure out what it means for Tesla going forward. Is this the beginning of the end, or
Correct.
is this just a blip on the radar?
Well, I think just to put that into perspective, a 50% drop, that is significant. And to think about, the numbers we're looking at from a peak of about $480 a share down to about $230 a share.
Yeah, so it's
a huge swing.
Yeah, you can see it's like one of those roller coaster drop visuals when you look at the stock chart.
Yeah, exactly.
What is going on? What are some of the things that are driving this kind of dramatic plunge?
So if we dig into these articles, there's a few key factors that emerge. And the first one being, there have been some dips in sales, and that's unusual for Tesla, right? They've been known for their rapid expansion.
Yeah, like record-breaking growth.
Exactly. And so this slowdown is particularly noticeable in Europe and China, which are, two markets that are just crucial for Tesla's growth strategy.
And, that is a bit surprising because, when you think of Tesla, you think of, like you said, that rapid growth, that's what they were known for. So is this a sign of bigger problems ahead,
Well, it's definitely something to watch.
Yeah.
This dip in sales could indicate a potential shift in consumer demand. Maybe there is some, as other electric vehicle manufacturers are gaining traction, maybe Tesla's starting to feel a little bit of that pressure.
Yeah, well, and it seems like, speaking of pressure, Elon Musk's recent political moves aren't exactly helping this situation either.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point because, typically you don't see a CEO's, personal politics directly impacting the company, but his very vocal support for President Trump has created a little bit of a backlash with some customers even boycotting the brand.
Yeah, I've seen that.
There's been protests, even some vandalism at Tesla facilities, so it's a very unique situation where, Yeah,
it's almost like he's alienating part of his customer base, which, obviously has financial repercussions, but it's not just Tesla feeling the pressure right now. The entire tech sector seems to be in a correction.
Absolutely. And I mean, Tesla's part of what some analysts are calling the Magnificent Seven, which also includes companies like, NVIDIA, Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft.
All the big names.
All the giants. And, since the beginning of the year, collectively, they've lost over $1.5 trillion in market value.
Trillion with a T.
With a T. So, that's a massive shift in wealth, and there's a lot of things going on driving that.
So, what is it? Is it just fear? Is it,
Yeah. Well, I think there's, we've got rising interest rates. You've got persistent inflation. There are some concerns about a potential economic slowdown. So all these things are creating this climate of uncertainty.
Yeah.
And when you're uncertain, you tend to, investors tend to get a little bit risk averse.
So, yeah, you see this bigger picture. And then, within that, focusing back in on Tesla and Elon Musk, there's this kind of concern with his involvement with the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE.
Right. And that's the thing that's really got investors concerned is, this new venture is taking his attention away from Tesla, at a time when, they really need his leadership to navigate all these
other things going on.
Exactly. So it's being viewed as a bit of a distraction.
And then on top of that, you have the legal battle surrounding that massive compensation package.
Right.
How is that whole situation playing into this?
Well, so, the courts overturn that $56 billion compensation package.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money deemed it unfair to shareholders. And
yeah.
so, it just adds to the level of scrutiny that he's under. And
Yeah.
of course, he's appealing the decision. But, all this just adds to the uncertainty.
So it really is like, we talked about a perfect storm, internal, external forces. It's all kind of hitting Tesla right now.
It really is.
So given all of this,
Mm-hmm.
What are the analysts saying? What's the future looking like for Tesla?
Well, it's interesting because you get very different opinions. Some analysts like Ron Barron, he's incredibly optimistic about Tesla's long-term prospects. And he sees this dip, as a prime buying opportunity, believing that, Tesla's poised to really deliver, substantial returns for investors over the next decade.
So he's like buying the dip.
Exactly. Banking on that future.
Banking on the future, yeah.
And, he sees their history of innovation, their potential to dominate the electric vehicle market. He's like, this is a blip.
But then you
have others like Joseph Spock who are taking a much more cautious approach.
Yeah.
And he actually just recently lowered his Tesla delivery forecasts.
Oh.
He's citing weak lead times, so meaning, people are having to wait longer to get their vehicles.
That's never a good sign.
Not a good sign. And just disappointing early sales figures. And so, he's projecting just about 367,000 vehicles delivered in the first quarter.
Okay.
And then about 1.7 million for the year.
Which is significantly lower than what was expected, like 2 million.
Yeah.
Was that kind of
That was the number. 2 million was the number everyone was looking at.
That's silly.
And so that really reflects that growing sense of concern about, whether or not Tesla can actually meet their ambitions, growth targets.
Well, it's a lot to think about. I feel like we've covered so much ground today.
We really have.
And it does seem like Tesla's at a crossroads,
Definitely at a turning point.
And I think, the next few months are going to be very crucial for them to kind of navigate all of this and figure out.
See how they adapt their strategy.
Yeah. And what's their comeback going to look like if they have one? So, for you, the listener who sent us all of these articles, what stands out to you? Are you in the, optimistic camp? Do you think this is all just a bump in the road, or are these, challenges really making you rethink Tesla's future? Let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.